Hi guys, welcome back to the desktop. Freddy here with another retro RPG, and this week my hands look absolutely massive because the camera is way down lower in a far more intimate angle, because this week I would like to present this. The Darksword Adventures, Complete Guide to Venturing in the Enchanted Realm of Thimhallan by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman, a 1989 role-playing game released by Bantam Books. Oh, need to bring it down closer. By Bantam Books. Now, Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman did the incredibly successful Dragonlance series of books for Dungeons & Dragons, actually creating really good stories, which extended far past role-playing at the time. And they went on to write other things, including this. Now, the Darksword Trilogy, which this is attached to, series of books set in a world where everybody is a wizard. Magic is considered life, and if you are born unable to manipulate magic, then you are considered dead. Now, the series of books follow a person who is born unable to manipulate magic. They can fool people by sort of sleight of hand and things, but they go on to discover the dark art of sorcery, which is technology, which gives people who can't use magic equal powers. And he discovers this Darkstone stuff, and they weave it into a web, and Darkstone absorbs magic. So him with the dark sword can easily kill wizards. Now, I haven't read the books, but I did buy this at the time because it's a role-playing game, and it was a whole £3.99. And it's a really interesting idea. As you can see, it's quite a substantial book. We've got, what, 400 odd pages here? 423 pages for £4, which it wasn't even that bad at the time. Written by two respected authors. What it turns out, the book is mainly a sort of gazetteer of the world that they've created. So it details all the nations, it details all the abilities and things, and there's a role-playing game built in there as well. But let's have a look at it. Let's start off on the back cover as usual. From the best-selling authors of the Dragonlance legends into the world of the Darksword. In the enchanted realm of Thimhallan, magic is life, and the fate of the world rests in the hands of the one who wields the powerful magic-absorbing Darksword. Now the Darksword saga comes to life in this all-new fantasy role-playing game that takes you to a time when magicians and technologists battle to rule the world. A companion volume for gamers and non-gamers alike, Darksword Adventures is an indispensable who's who'd guide to the world of Darksword that no fan of the best-selling trilogy will want to be without. Here's the full, never-before-told history of Thimhallan, sacred texts of its priestly caste, and extended character backgrounds of Jorma, Saryon, Bishop Vanya, King Garald, the Duuk-tsarith, and much more. Including a full set of rules and guidelines for play, this single volume contains everything you need to join the adventure. Let the quest for the Darksword begin. So as I said, it's mainly like a gazetteer, a source book for the novels. But they've thrown in some role-playing stuff with it as well, so you can sit down and play Darksword. Now, I really like this. There's so many fantasy novels out there where you read them and you're like, oh, that'd be kind of cool as a role-playing game, and you maybe steal some ideas. But with Darksword, they went and published the ideas along with all the background information you need. Now, it's not going to be fantastic to look through, so I'll try and keep it very, very short, because it's a novel, really, so there is a lot of text in here, and we're not going to find anything terribly interesting. Let's have a look at the index. There's one contents page. So, we've got Wildress Wandarium. So, basically the world. My travels begin, the Empire of Miralon, the Northern Estates, Taliesin, the Font, Zith-El and the Field of Glory, Aerials of the Borderland, Sharakan, Circe Seaport and Man and Storms, the Lost Kingdoms, Avedon and Home, Other Places, and the Creatures of Thimhallan. Then we've got the Oracle of the Dead, with the Circle of the World. I've flipped over 2 pages. Part 3, the Mysterson, Life is magic, magic is life. The economics of life, acquisition of life. The Chronicon with the different types of magic. So we've got mystery of fire, earth, water, air, life, shadow, time, spirit, and death. And then we've got the Fantasia rules. So as I said, it's about 430 pages long, but we are up to page 285 before we hit any rules. We've got the appendix with major and minor characters, and an appendix of adapting to other game systems. So as I said, we go through, and there's lots of text. It's a novel. It describes itself as a person's journey around this world. So it's an interesting added story. We've got some maps and things in here, laying out this floating imperial palace with the old city and cathedral. Seems a very interesting layout in the big bubble. The Northern Estates. Oh, sorry. Home of Merilon. So we get some detailed places. What else have we got? Talesend. But let's not go through all the countries. Let's just see. Borderland. Now there was a section on creatures. Are we going to find anything on there? Aradon. That seems quite interesting as well. All the buildings on little islands connected by bridges. There are some fascinating settings in here. Other places. Shahzad. So is that not the Emerald City out of Wizard of Oz? Creatures of Thimhallan. We've got basilisks, centaurs, but there doesn't appear to be any artwork for these creatures. Dark Rover, Squealer, Wild Rovers, Dragons of Gold, Dragons of the Sand, Dragons of the Sea, Dragons of Stone, Bordered Dugruns. Now, there's very detailed descriptions. Now, there's a big paragraph there describing each, which is a lot better than we saw in the Lone Wolf role-playing game, where you would get a short sentence describing these fantastic beasts. This is definitely written by the authors. These like describing things, these give lots of information. We've got the Oracle of the Dead. So basically, the dead being the people who can't use magic. So it's detailing technology to a certain degree, and the world from the point of view of people who don't have access to magic. Where magic is life, and life is everything. You basically are buying things with magic, so you're not only cutting your people who can't use it out of being able to do things, they're being cut out of day-to-day services. They can't buy a magical person because they can't give them life. Anyway, let's keep flicking through and seeing what interesting things. The Mysticism, so we've got the different types here. There's the economy, where it talks through common form of exchange in the cities. It's a system of coinage minted by the Church of Life. So we've got Glindar, Krolls, Decrolls, Acquisition of Life, the Chronicon, Mystery of Fire, with the attributes, Mystery of Spirit, I'm trying to see how that is. So, you declare your rolls by hand signal. Comparative probability standard differential. Okay, the rules are not simple. So we've got the rules of Fantasia here. Keep skipping through. We're way past any artwork. We're getting towards lots of tables for different things. Use of technology. Major and minor characters. Now, something I did notice, life attribute aid table. So where you've got your stats, you get your derived things from it. So the amount of life. Now, if your stat's only 1, you only get 50 life from it. But you can get stats up to 100 where you're getting 5,200 life from it. It really seems to explode the power. But not much. I suppose that is just 100 times the 50. Fantasia character sheets. Very simplistic. Everybody's got their magic there. And then we're on to the index. Now, I know I haven't gone through that in huge detail for the amount of pages there, but it's an interesting wee thing. A role-playing game built around a book series. Not tacked on years later, because I'm sure there's Game of Thrones role-playing games out there, and Dragon Age ones for the computer games and all that. But this was... These people were role players, they created fantasy novels, and then they created a fantasy game to go with it. I really like it. I'm glad I bought it, even though I never read the novels. I read through the background information, and it's an absolutely fascinating world. I can recommend it as a really interesting little piece of history. Anyway, as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. But, as always, most of all, you look after yourselves, and I'll catch you later. Bye.